Hey everybody, welcome back to B-Dubs Disc Golf. Today I'm kind of excited because I just ordered a whole bunch of discs from Infinite Discs and they had a sale on Viking Discs. Now, I've actually never thrown Viking Disc before and the sale was so good, I decided, hey, why not? Let's just order a line of Viking disc and see how they throw. Maybe I will discover a brand new awesome disc and maybe I will show you a brand new awesome disc. So this will either be a short video or a long video. It'll be a short video if I only show you how the disc fly. It'll be a long video if I play a course with Viking disc only. So let's see. So the first disc we're going to try is the Rune. It's a putter. The flight numbers are 2400 and it's labeled as a straight putt and approach, and the reviews are great. Now the problem is that they didn't have the plastic. It comes in 3 different types of plastic, sort of a basic, a mid, and a premium plastic, and I ended up getting it what I believe is the premium plastic, which is armor plastic. And so be interesting to see if this flies as straight as the different plastics fly, since this is sort of the premium. And the weight on this, it just gives a weight range, 165 to 176. So I'm not exactly sure how heavy this one, but let's see how the Rune from Viking flies. Flight numbers are 4301, and this one is in Storm plastic, which I believe reminds me of Champion plastic by Innova, or 400 plastic by Prodigy. The plastic feels nice. It's pretty domey, this disc. Look at the dome on that sucker, and rounded edges. Let's see how it flies. I will say that seems to be very stable. This disc is the Berserker, also in Storm plastic. The flight numbers are 10, 5, -3, 2. I'm kind of excited to see how this throws. It's an understable driver. And that -3, 2 is very interesting to me, because it suggests it's going to go right and then finish hard left. Let's see. That was a very nice flight. Then we have the Cosmos. The flight numbers 7501 and also in Storm plastic. And then last but certainly not least, Ragnarok. Very excited about this, the name of this disc, Ragnarok.
The ultimate quarrel between the gods and the forces of chaos. This cataclysmic event will be known as Ragnarok.
Viking, also in Storm plastic, distance driver, and the flight numbers for this are 11, 5, -1, 2. Interesting how a lot of the fades are in 2s on these discs. Very nice flight. Hit the basket on the way down. I'll have to see how far that is. So the basket from here is 318 feet, and I don't feel like I killed it. So that was kind of a nice, easy 318-foot throw with the Ragnarok. Nice. So far, most of the disc seemed pretty straight to understable, with the exception of the mid-range axe, which seemed to be pretty overstable. So let's go with the Rune again, this time in a different direction, and let's throw the Rune. once again, we're going with the axe. I'm gonna see if I can put this on a little bit of Annie, just to see if it's as understable as it seemed last time. Again, 4301. See, look at that. I put that, hopefully I put that on a lot of Annie, and it just fought out of it almost immediately and finished left. That's got some beef to it. Cosmos 7501. So put that on Annie, and once again it turned over and kept going. So interesting. This is why you can't really trust flight numbers. So the Berserker 10.5-32. So that makes sense. It is understable. And once again, Ragnarok. So I threw that flat, just went straight, and then finished left. I think I could put that one on a little bit more Annie and have it fight back and have a nice flight. So a quick recap of my Viking disc. Straight putt and approach Rune. Flight number is 2400. I actually would say it's probably more like a 2401. But the thing I like about it, at least in armor plastic, reliable stability. I could crank on it and it was not turning over, and it always had a finish left, and I really like that. And so I think this is going to go into my bag and replace my Sensei. The Viking mid-range axe, the flight numbers is 4301. I'd maybe put it as a 4303. This one is, I found this one's beefy. It's in Storm plastic. I also it didn't feel great in my hand, and so, you know, which kind of surprised me. There's a lot of dome on this, but this thing is overstable, and so maybe it's just the way I throw it. I have no idea, but at least for me, this is a very overstable mid-range. The Viking Disc Cosmos, which flight number is 7501, also in Storm plastic. I found it to be flippy, and even when I put hyzer on it, it flipped to flat and then continued to turn to the right. And so I'd probably put this at 7.5-31, because it just didn't seem like it was coming back, quite frankly. And so again, maybe it's how I was throwing it, but the Cosmos was understable for me. The Berserker, probably one of the discs that is true to its flight numbers, at least for me. Understable driver, Storm plastic, flight number is 10.5-32, and I found it through like that. It might even be more flippy than my Kittyzilla H7, and basically it turned to the right, and if it was enough height, it finished left. And so I actually like the disc, but I already have a disc in my bag that I love very much, Kittyzilla, and so I do not need to replace my H7 with the Berserker. But if you are looking for a nice long 10-speed understable disc, something that will reliably turn right for you and finish left, especially if you give it some height or throw it flat, give the Berserker a try. It's a good disc. I really do like it. And then last but certainly not least is maybe my surprise of the batch is the Ragnarok. Flight number is 11.5-12. It's a distance driver. It's in Storm plastic, and I really liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked it enough to put it in my bag to give it a trial run. And so we're gonna see if it stands the test of time, or I might just go out into the field and compare it to my D4, or compare it to my trail. The thing I liked about it is that I felt like I could crank on it, put a little bit of Annie on it, and it would not turn over, and it kept going fairly straight, and it didn't hyzer out like crazy because it's such a high-speed disc. So if that's something that interests you, or if you like the way it flew for me, give the Ragnarok a shot. well, thank you for watching. I don't know if I'm going to play a game with these discs. I might. This could be the end, and if it is the end, hey, don't forget, if you see me out there in the course, don't forget to say hey. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. If this is not the end, then you will see a round with Viking discs only. Or I'll cut it into and just have another video just by itself with Viking disc only. I don't know, we'll see. So, anyone, have a good one.